Genesis, we'll go to verse 8, chapter 18. We'll read from verse 25. Abraham is talking to God. Abraham he's pleading for Sodom and Gomorrah, not only because Lot is living there and Lot's family, but Abraham is a merciful man. Ellen White said the spirit of Abraham was the spirit of Christ. He's pleading for people's salvation. And he said, that be far from thee, verse 25, to do after this manner, to slay the righteous with the wicked, and that the righteous should be at the wicked as the wicked, that be far from thee. Shall not the judge of all the earth do right? Genesis 18:25. Verse 26, and the Lord said, if I find in Sodom 50 righteous within the city, then I will spare all the place for their sakes. Now, question for you, did God already know there weren't 50? Yes. Does Abraham know that? No. So at which level does God have to function? Abraham's level. So God comes down to Abraham's limited level and works with Abraham's limited knowledge so that Abraham would eventually see that God was right in the first place. That is mercy. And the Lord said, verse 26, Genesis 18, if I find in Sodom 50 righteous within the city, then I will spare all the place for their sakes. And he answered and said, behold, now I have taken upon me to speak unto the Lord, which am but dust and ashes. Peradventure they shall lack 5 of the 50. Wilt thou destroy all the city for lack of 5? He says, God, come on, will you destroy because you miss 5 of the 50? Statistically, Father, what's the difference between 45 and 50? Not much. That's the way Abraham, and the Lord stays with him at his level. Okay. He said, if I find there 40 and 5, I'll not destroy it. And Abraham went down to 40 in verse 29. He went to 30 in verse 30, to 20 in verse 31, to 10 in verse 32. What Abraham saw was the extent to which God will go to express his mercy.